What's going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to talk to you about NIO. I want to go over some expectations for this upcoming week, what might cause some volatility in the stock price, and go over everything else that you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So starting off this upcoming week, not a lot in data points coming from China. You have inflation on January 11th. Aside from that, it's just going to be coasting off of most likely the American data, and so algorithmic trading is going to be probably the biggest factor for NIO this week once again. But a lot of big data points coming out this week that could really cause stocks to really move to the next leg up, and so hopefully NIO will be able to piggyback off of that. But you have JOLT numbers coming out on Tuesday, ADP employment change, also FOMC minutes, all of which have the ability to really shake the broader market for the most part. You have non-farm payroll and then unemployment on Friday. So a lot of opportunity to really move to the next leg up, like I said, or potentially break the momentum, but nothing really planned for NIO for this upcoming week. Same goes for coming up from China, so no like real stimulus updates. I feel like that has just fallen by the wayside, regrettably. So that, of course, in the past has really helped NIO appreciate, but like I said, I don't think there's anything planned for NIO. Just on a technical level, NIO is ready to really move higher, in my opinion, but shorts have been very, very active. So they're starting to wake up. Even on Friday, shorts did increase 2.38 million shares. 11.04% of the free float is being shorted. So that's what we're kind of going into this upcoming week with. 147.45 million shares overall are being shorted though. So I think in general, shorts have been very lucky that big money hasn't really rallied behind NIO. And it's like, for instance, even on Friday, there was only one transaction on the secondary market above $100,000. It did occur after hours. It was for $103,000. So just big money has maybe other priorities out there in the broader market. A lot of spec stocks have been absolutely killing it. So they've been going up like 30+% every day. A lot of big money has been clearly focusing on that, maybe neglecting NIO. But regardless, I think that this upcoming week could be fairly positive. Just anticipate shorts not to go down fighting all that easily. But aside from that though, looking at options, you are seeing somewhat the dollar value maintain itself, so it's kind of a good thing. Shows that at least big money is paying attention to NIO on a consistent level. But based on what happened on Friday, it is the consensus is for it to be above roughly 550 for this upcoming week. Bears are anticipating for it to be sub 450, so there is a little bit more upside than down. And as well, with it closing above 450, that does mean 2,000 in open interest at that 15,000 at the 450. So you might see a little bit of a bump up come Monday as market makers cover that. But with the kind of volume that NIO's been having with the options, it is fair to assume that a lot of shorts have been hedging. So again, that's will really damper the likelihood of a squeeze. And I know a lot of people really are wanting NIO to have a squeeze, get rid of shorts and all that other stuff. I don't see that being possible, only because I think just given the amount of call options that have been starting to be kind of purchased, I think it is fair to assume that a lot of that is shorts as well, just hedging, but still, what do I know, right? But aside from that, with it closing at $4.63 on Friday, it closed right below this pivot point. So $4.67 is going to be that key point for it to really get over early in the week. Monday is going to be a full technical driven day in general, so not a lot of data points coming out. So if, for instance, NIO is able to get above that early on Monday, then anticipate a lot of those options, the call options, to come to fruition and for it to be above roughly around that 5 to 550, because if it is able to get above that point right here, and then you have the 508 as a following resistance, but on the actual chart you have all of these kind of resistance levels. So the 50, 100 and 200-day moving average are all going to act as tight resistance. If it is able to get above that early on, then you could see a very nice push above that, and I've been signaling that for the greater part pretty much of the last week. But I think the last several trading days, NIO is starting to gain a lot of good positive momentum. And so I think early on you will see a test. So it might actually potentially break above that, or at least attempt it. But some points to watch for. So 498 is that high end of that 100-day moving average. And then 475 is that 50-day moving average. And that's the low end right there. But going into this upcoming week, it is above the ALMA. So similar to what happened on the December 26th, where it tested it and tried to break out. I think that's going to happen once again in NIO's case. But I think given just everything in the broader market, it will be successful. But that's just me. I know based on NIO, a lot of people are looking at the PS ratio and comparing it to pretty much any other EV out there, just seeing how NIO is at a mind-blowing like crazy discount. So yeah, I think there is just NIO will have their time, and it might be potentially this week. You won't get most likely to the 750 unless there is like stimulus news or something like that, but generally NIO is going to move higher. So let me know your viewpoint on that. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Where do you see things going for this upcoming week? Do you think that it is going to be a breakout week, or is it going to pull what similar happened on the 26th, where it just bounced off of that 50-day moving average and kind of got slapped down to the 430s? So what is your viewpoint on what is coming? And as well, I know I mentioned that nothing's really planned for NIO, but what is the next big catalyst that you feel is going to be coming out for NIO, aside from them unveiling their kind of monthly numbers and registration numbers? I don't necessarily bring that up all that much, but what's your viewpoint on all that? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. One final thing, definitely pop over to my Patreon. I give buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many bangers out there, so definitely worthwhile to kind of pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.